Hello and welcome to the Naked Conversations podcast. I'm your host, Emerald Maraid, and I'm so glad you're here. This space is devoted to real, raw, and radically honest conversations with some of the most magnetic, diverse, and wonderful humans I've had the honor of crossing paths with. From mystics to makers, teachers to truth seekers, this is a home for anyone craving depth, connection, and clarity. At the heart of this podcast is a mission to unshame the human experience. We're here to dismantle the silence, to bring to light what we've been taught to hide, and to reclaim our voices through storytelling. Whether we're unpacking grief, celebrating joy, exploring sensuality and identity, or getting curious about what it really means to live an authentic and meaningful life, nothing is off limits here. This is a community built through conversation, a place where you get to feel seen, embraced, and reminded that you're never alone. So get cozy, stay open, and let's get naked in the most soul-expanding, liberating way possible. Welcome to Naked Conversations. Hello and welcome to the Naked Conversations podcast. I am your host, Emerald, and I am so jazzed and excited to emanate with all of you listeners. For those of you who are just tuning in and are new to the Naked Conversations podcast, Emanate is my signature offering where we explore shining your inner light, learning and being and communing deeply with spirit as it lives within you and all around you. And I will say, I am just a guide on this journey. I am here to illuminate new things for you, to activate you, and to help guide you back to what has always been true within you. And I will say, for a very long time, I had a lot of apprehension about doing this work, thinking to myself that I had to be at a certain place in my life to really shine, and that there was some outcome outside of me that would dictate whether or not I could bring this into the world. And I will say this is one of the key and core fallacies and illusions that plague people in sharing their soul's gifts. You know, you walk around and you see people that are so taken in by their phones and being in their heads and not truly living their lives. And they are so prey to the stories that they are telling themselves in their head about who they need to be in order to be loved. And it is like being in a hypnosis, being out in the world. And I have to say that this is something that I've had to overcome time and time again for myself as well, in that it can be really difficult to just be with what is here in a world that is filled with distractions. And in this signature program, Emanate, we are coming back to the core truth of who you came here to be, the source that you came here to emanate from, and coming into a direct and felt relationship with all of life so that you can truly shine. So with that, I want to get into a conversation about shining your light in this world and some of the apprehensions and core illusions and stories that people hold within their hearts and within their minds about their beliefs of who they came here to be and what holds people back from living their truth. And I will say, we incarnate onto this planet for lessons and to learn lessons, because this is a very dense reality. And the whole experiment is, if you are the universe experiencing itself, if you are God experiencing itself, the challenge of this human existence and this human game is, how can I incarnate into this limited human body when my soul is so expansive? And can I convince myself, this is kind of God speaking, saying, can I convince myself that I am not that? Because everything in our world, everything in our society has convinced us that we are separate from source. And Emanate comes back to dissolving this core illusion that you are separate from anything, that you are your traumas, that you are your stories, that you are the narratives that have been taught to you. And coming back into community with what is real, that you are not separate, that you are not different, that you are a part of this oneness, this whole cosmic dance, regardless of your stories that you've been told. Everywhere in our ancestral line, it doesn't matter if it's a generation that if it's a culture rather that you've been born into, or if it was 15 generations back. And there is this ancestral wisdom that you can tap into, this inner knowing and weaving with the land itself, with being in relationship to one another and to the land, that is being re-enlivened in each and every one of us right now. And I am so excited to weave people back to this felt relationship with life itself, because it was never separate to begin with. And this is really the exciting thing about this new paradigm that we're stepping into, is that people are waking up to the truth of who they are, and they are liberating themselves. They are waking up to the illusion of separation and realizing that the external is no longer holding true. So it's really rejigging people's consciousness of the stories that they've told themselves, and opening up to a new possibility of the human experience and human potential. And I am so excited, because I feel like I've been living here for quite some time. And yes, I want to speak to this notion of separation and how incredibly difficult it can be to, have these narratives and stories that you hold to be true about yourself. And it really does live a lot of the time in our ancestral lines and in our collective space, these stories and this separation, whether it is a witch wound or a legacy of colonialism or genocide, or, this separation, this forcible separation from people from this relational dance with life, and convincing people that they are wrong or bad, or that they don't belong to this life. And I am here to illuminate for you that these are all stories, and stories are only kept alive if we feed them. And we feed them through feeding into a separation within ourselves, and making others right and making ourselves wrong, or making ourselves right and others wrong. And it only perpetuates the separation that the original implant of this traumatic experience that lives in your bloodline or lives in your consciousness is experiencing. And what we as humans need to start weaving with and understanding is that this energy, all of the hurt, all of the separation, all of the sadness, is here to be woven with, and it's here to be related to. It's not here to be pushed away. It's here to be embraced. And this is exactly what we're going to be doing in Emanate. And I am so incredibly excited to welcome folks into this program, which is revolutionary. I truly have never seen anything quite like it. And my whole soul's intention is to be in celebration with you as you rise out of the darkness, out of the shadows, out of the lies that you may have told yourself throughout your life around your potentiality and the stories of limitations, and come back to what is true within you. So if you are interested to find out more about this program and excited to dissolve this illusion of separation and truly be at one with life so that you can shine your inner light, I am so excited because I'm taking in applications right now. And if you are interested to join this program, I will link it in the show notes. You can read more about it. You can read some more about my story. And if it is calling to you, if you feel like your ancestors and your wisdom is really waking up right now, and that you can no longer live by this illusion of separation, that really is the time to shine and to be the truest version of yourself, I would so love to receive an application for you. And I'm so excited to be receiving them right now.
Thank you for being here and for letting this naked conversation move you. If something stirred in your heart or body, or if you felt seen, softened, awakened, or curious, I'd love to know more. Come find me on Instagram and share what touched you. The intention is to make this a living and breathing relationship, not just a performance. And if you're longing to go deeper, to be met in the raw, and to tend to what's ready to unfold in your soul's calling, my one-to-one sessions are an intimate container for that, where we meet soul to soul, body to body, and in devotion to your truth and your light. You'll find details in the show notes. Until next time.